Number 5. The Voynich manuscript is a strange book filled with handwritten text and illustrations, written in an unknown language. The paper that was used in the book has been dated all the way back to the 1400s and is believed to have been created in Italy, though to this day no one has any idea who the author actually is. Another strange feature of the book is that it doesn't read as a normal book would. In fact, many of the pages are intended to be folded or unfolded to reveal hidden items of text or illustrations. After the book's discovery, it was passed along to many cryptographers, though no one could decipher a single word of the text contained within it. Because of this, the minds of many conspiracy theorists and ancient alien theorists have run wild, with some saying that the book was actually written by aliens and possibly left behind by mistake, though this theory and many others provide little evidence to indicate this. The book remained unnamed until about 1912, when it was purchased by a Polish dealer by the name of Wilfrid Voynich, at which time many began to refer to the document as the Voynich manuscript. In 1969, the book was eventually donated to Yale University's Manuscript Library, and remains there to this day. Throughout the book, there are illustrations of countless mythological creatures or simply unexplained events. For example, one page depicts a rather blatant drawing of a dragon, whereas others show a castle. Further on, there's another illustration of what appears to be a sunflower and possibly a group of individuals in a communal bath. Regardless, much of the book remains unintelligible, and many ciphers believe that the book could even be a complete hoax, written by a member of the upper class who clearly had quite a lot of time on his hands. Someday, maybe we'll find some sort of identifiable information within the book, but for now it remains a mystery. Number 4. Orgone is a form of hypothetical energy that was proposed and tested in the 1930s by psychoanalyst Willem Rich. The most basic way to describe the theory of orgone is to describe it as the energy that drives your libido, or sexual drive. Willem believed that orgone may have been a form of bioenergetic force that lied behind anything and everything within our observable world. Think of it almost like a poor man's version of dark matter. To test this theory, Willem created a chamber which he called the Orgone Energy Accumulator, and used this machine to test his theory up until the 1950s, when he was essentially shut down by the FDA. When he was shut down, the FDA also demanded that many of Willem's chambers, most of his writings, over a dozen of his books, and all instructions on how to use the Orgone Energy Accumulator be destroyed, and so it was done. Because of this, even though modern recreations of the Orgone Energy Accumulator have been created, no one has any idea exactly how to use them, or specifically what they were used for. Though the underlying mystery is what was so special about these machines that the FDA wanted to issue such an aggressive ban. All we know is that according to the small amount of research from the Orgone experiments that remains, orgone was believed to have been a weightless, massless, omnipresent substance that's believed to have been a living form of energy. This energy could allegedly create and manipulate mass as well as reorganize currently available mass in mysterious ways. One crude example of this described orgone as a type of energy that could control and manipulate the weather, though this is technically just an example. To this day, almost 100 years after its initial proposal, no one has been able to observe orgone energy as closely as Willem Rich ever did. No one has been able to determine what this energy is, what it does, or even prove that it exists, though some have gone as far to suggest that orgone energy is simply the manifestation of God himself. Number 3. The Roman Dodecahedron is a small object, usually made from bronze or stone, with 12 flat faces, each of which has a small hole in the center. These objects are believed to date back all the way to either the 3rd or 2nd centuries, with no one having any idea what their exact purpose is. Over the last 2,000 years, about 100 of these objects have been found all throughout the world, ranging from areas of Wales to Germany and France. There appears to be no mention of these strange items in history of any of these countries, though many believe that they may have been used as dice, or possibly even used to forecast the optimal date for harvesting crops, though some say they may have just been used to gauge the size of water pipes. Additionally, quite a few of these items have been found in the coin stashes of many ancient families, seeming to indicate that these objects were certainly held as a valuable of some sort. Though in recent years, some have theorized that these objects could simply have been candlestick holders. To this day, no one has any real clue as to the object's purpose, and they remain a mystery. Number 2. The stone spheres of Costa Rica, or more simply known as the stone balls, are a collection of hundreds of massive stones that have been found all throughout the country of Costa Rica. They've been found assembled in a number of different shapes or simply placed seemingly at random, though no one has any idea why they're here or where exactly they came from. Most of the stones measure in at around 2 meters, with some weighing as much as 15 tons. They're typically formed from giant chunks of rock or salt, with some even being made from limestone. It's believed that they were likely hammered into shape, then polished with sand, but the degree of polishing on the rocks varies dramatically, indicating that they may have all been built during largely separate time periods, with some unfinished spheres having been found on nearby mountains. It's believed that the first spheres were carved back around the 1st century, but this is very hard to confirm as most of the spheres are no longer in their original locations. Over the years, many have been moved and scattered throughout the country, with many becoming popular tourist attractions in the area. These strange objects remained undiscovered until about 1930, when a fruit company began clearing out jungles in the area to use as a banana plantation. During the process of this demolition, many of the spheres were crushed by bulldozers, and some were even drilled into or exploded with dynamite, because some of the workers on site had the strange assumption that they may have been filled with gold. Because of this, a number of the spheres were completely destroyed and others were greatly damaged, though a handful of them have been placed back together and put on display at a nearby museum. To this day, no one knows where the stones came from or their purpose. Some have theorized that they may have come from the lost city of Atlantis, while others claim that they may be alien in origin. Take a look at a short clip from an interview with a local regarding the sphere's possible origin.
One of Quintanilla's most important discoveries was here at a site called Finca 6, where twice a year a set of buried spheres line up perfectly with the rising sun.
On the same day, they line up with the sun. At midday, the sun is at its zenith. This is very important because it appears that they were recording the dates using the spheres. What's significant is how these indigenous people were able to invest so much effort, not only in pushing, but in creating levers and roads, bridges and boats, and finding all the ways possible to transport them to their intended places.
While many questions remain about the original purpose of the stones, archaeologists know they are not searching for a lost tribe. The indigenous communities still living near the spheres are the direct descendants of the people who created them.
It has taken a long time to recognize the importance of the pre-Columbian past, to recognize that we are a mestizo culture. And this process is helping to preserve and to understand the archaeological sites.
Number 1. The bygone pipes are a series of pipe-like structures found near the White Mountain, located in China. The pipes are believed to be somehow related to a series of caves that can be found nearby, though 2 of these caves have collapsed over time, leaving these claims largely unconfirmed. The only remaining cave, which is actually the largest of the 3, is said to bear the resemblance of a pyramid's peak, which has been the topic of much speculation in recent years. Inside of this larger cave, 2 of the pipe-like structures have been found to enter the cave's walls, measuring about 16 inches in diameter. The pipes have become severely degraded over time, with only about half of the pipe remaining intact. In addition to these 2 pipes, about 12 more have been found protruding from the top of the larger cave, though their entrance into the cave has yet to be discovered. While many claim that these pipes seem to indicate some sort of highly advanced ancient civilization, other researchers have been quick to point out that these pipes may actually be naturally occurring, pointing to similar findings in Arkansas and Utah, where sandstone forms similar structures due to erosion over the course of hundreds of years. The main reason that some researchers disregard the claims that these pipes are natural is due to the fact that scraps of metal-like materials have been found nearby and around the pipe structures. These scraps were determined to have been made predominantly of iron, silicon, and calcium, meaning that for the most part it would be nearly impossible for these pipes to have simply formed this way naturally, made out of only those 3 elements. In recent years, some researchers have claimed that the pipes may be simply fossilized tree roots, though follow-up studies to this have shown that the pipes are actually highly radioactive. Because of these severely contradicting reports, no one can seem to agree on exactly what caused these pipes, who may have built them, or what their purpose may have been. They're truly one of Earth's greatest mysteries. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to click that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to keep updated with our videos.